One Piece may be one of the greatest pieces of fiction to ever exist, but even this show isn't safe from some of the most mind-numbing pacing, blood-boiling comic relief, and downright revolting issues known to man. And before you come at me, this video is about the anime. The manga is safe for the most part. Since I'm an anime only, I don't know much about the manga, except for the fact that Oda's stance on a woman's proportions remain the same no matter the format. But before we get into that, let's talk about some of the bigger problems. The stuff that's made the anime almost unwatchable for new fans. And I'm sure you can guess the first one. It's the forsaken pacing. Now before you counter it with the, oh, it's just your attention span that's forsaken, one episode adapted half a chapter of the manga, which meant that 2 panels would be around 5 freaking minutes of the anime. Here's a little example to jog your memory. And mind you, this scene's playing at 2x speed. Even then, it takes ages for Luffy to land a punch. Rubble falls like it's an Inception in the most cinematic way possible. Characters react like they're in an Indian drama, and we even get recaps and flashbacks. My question here is that when Toei decided to animate these scenes, what was going on in their minds? That these One Piece fans will gobble up anything, so let's just give them 20 minutes of Luffy stuffing his mouth, Sanji losing his gosh darn mind seeing a woman in a 10-kilometer radius, and the ladies modeling with rags on at sub-zero temperatures. I get that they fear catching up to the manga or do this to avoid making fillers like Bleach or Boruto did, but knowing how devout One Piece fans are, one long break or two wouldn't faze them at all. So this short 6-month hiatus had nothing on their undying loyalty to the show. And how does Toei Animation reward that loyalty? They now adapt around 80% of a chapter every episode. Wow, and the animation's also gone up, so that's a win in my books. Next up, we've got something that has only recently been brought up, but has been bugging me since ages, and it's the cartoonish sound effects. I get Luffy having them since it suits his whole shtick of being a boy who brings joy, and not to mention Chopper's squeaky, goofy footstep sounds that I can get behind if it's only him, but now in Egghead everybody has it. The Marines would be walking on mud, and we'd be hearing clickety-clackety sounds and the same real sword-clanking sounds, giants moving and Jarma's cursed footstep sounds, and the random jet engine sounds whenever somebody flies or jumps. It's like Toei found 5 sound effects in 1999 and said, yup, that'll do for the next 1000 episodes. The biggest issue with these sound effects is that it sucks away all the seriousness of the scenes and just cartoonifies the whole thing. A character would be dying and all we would hear are hundreds of Marine footstep sounds layered on top of the other. They could be walking on water and we'll still hear the same sound effects. Cluck, 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 cluck. I imagine the sound design artist having separate buttons for these and just mash them in every episode. Now the next concern of mine is similar to the first one, and it's the infinite tsukuyomi we get trapped in every single time. As someone who decided to binge the Wano arc instead of torturing myself every week, like 20 minutes of Momonosuke deguzaruing and bawling his eyes out, I have seen how awful the One Piece fillers can get. Seeing Oden boiling the first time did tear me up a little bit, but after seeing him get shot for the 97th time, I felt absolutely nothing. Like, how bad does Toei think that our memories are that we need a flashback from every angle? I swear his death had more angles than you know very well what else did. Then we had Momonosuke, who cried enough tears to fill up the river Nile. I get that he's 8 and seeing Kaido up close would even move dead bodies to tears, but do we really need to hear him wailing every 5 minutes? I mean, he's special in some way. And once Momo stopped crying, we had Kaido's dementia acting up as he continued to read us the same corny villain's overused script over and over again. And then, like every other arc, we had a shit ton of side characters, a million types of laughs, atrociously randomized builds, and as much relevance to the show as I have to the economy. And to make it even worse, we had 20 different POVs from the protagonists to the side characters to the side characters, with half of them not leading anywhere. Sometimes I feel like 50% of the show could be very well done without. I am done with pretending that this was all peak. At this point, it wasn't One Piece. It was half piece. That was terrible. But you know what else is terrible? Nami and Robin choosing this homeless core outfit when they had a machine that could conjure up any outfit in the world. Tell me, why must they cling to these rags held together through mere hopes and dreams? And if you think this is bad, let me make it worse for you. Even this 12-year-old Bonnie who can age herself up but is still canonically 12 wasn't spared from cheap fanservice. All the sus camera angles and positions of her made my stomach turn so bad. Not the best demographic to target. I know most people have gotten over this, but having 1 or 2 characters for fanservice would be okay, I guess. But not all of them. I still cannot get over Rebecca's fit from Dressrosa. While all the male characters donned armors, all Rebecca had was her cheetah print bikini and a dream. With the most bizarre part being that she was just 16. It's not that fanservice is inherently the problem, it's the bad, exploitative kind that's messed up. At the end, I say all of this as somebody who loves One Piece. But I also love food and I don't want to wait 3 hours to eat 1 bite. Even though we've seen progress and the remakes of some of the arcs helped, there are still some issues that I see no hope for. And since I'm somebody who has grown up with One Piece, I don't think it could do anything at this point that would make me quit. Like, I'm too emotionally invested in all the good stuff that the bad stuff is still worth bearing. Is this what being in a toxic relationship feels like? Anyways, One Piece is still peak, but also pain, but what is life without a little suffering? Let me know if I missed anything. I'm sure I did. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.